couple tips to the people that ride out there. This is a 2004 Yamaha 350. You are out 40-60 miles out from your home base camp. You want to be able to think on your feet. So rule number one, check your differential fluid, both ends if you have a 4x4. Check those fluids as regularly as you do as your gas and oil. Make these things a priority just as much as the gas, because if you fry one of these 40-60 miles out, you are going to have major issues. Always watch these fluids because they tend to heat up and evaporate occasionally, so keep an eye on them. Next we have up is the cap for the differential fluid. I was turning it back on finger tight and it literally crumbled in my hand just like. So what did I do? I regained my thoughts, calmed down a minute, and took a literal cork from a wine bottle and stuck it in the differential fluid hole. Little silicone RTV, and it worked like a charm. So if you're 40 miles, 60 miles out, think like that, because it will save you a lot of headache. I would also suggest if you buy a used ORV, UTV, to replace all bearings in your differentials, because they do have a tendency to fry out if you don't. Make sure you pack those bearings senseless with grease. Thing I could suggest is picking up a winch, especially if you ride solo like I do. You definitely want one of these bad boys, because if you catch yourself in a mud pit somewhere and you can't get out, and strap yourself to a tree, you can winch yourself out very easily if you ride solo like I do. This thing will save your life if it boils down to it. Now I know everyone that has this model has a tendency to run through boots on this thing like no tomorrow for the carburetor. What you can do to get around this, to make it last even longer, buy a 1.5 by 1 1/4 plumbing boot from your local Menards or hardware store. Plumbing boot right here will run you 10x longer than this junk here they try and sell you online. Only keep the spare for the mount, just in case I need it. Plumbing boot is 10x thicker, so it can take the beating 10 times longer, and I shave it down just enough so I can slip it onto the carburetor, and the engine is the greatest important tip I can give for the Yamaha 350. I hope this really helps someone out there, because it is a wonderful trick and it works very, very well.